Hey guys, a few weeks ago, we did a video on the top 5 campgrounds that we've ever stayed at. Our favorite, the bee's knees.
The places to go.
Yes. We're gonna change it up a little tonight. We told you to watch out for this video that was coming out. So before you say, oh, you guys are so negative, go watch the other one. We're gonna link it up above. Those were our amazing experiences. Tonight, this is gonna be the top 5 worst campgrounds we have ever stayed at.
Stay away.
We'll never stay at, and highly recommend you think twice before staying.
Before we get into this list, which is in no particular order, we want to take a moment, ask you please make sure you're subscribed, notification bell's on. Even if you've been subscribed, YouTube again is unknowingly unsubscribing people. Also, our free monthly newsletter is back. So if you want, it's on us, guys. It doesn't cost you anything. We don't sell your email. It's just a once a month newsletter. It gives us the latest updates, stories, everything else. If you want to sign up, recipes too. Yes. If you want to sign up, we'll link down below. It takes you 10 seconds, you can sign up. So let's get into this video. So the first one we haven't been to in quite some time, and we did a full video on it. We'll link it up above. This one's gonna be Woodland Trails in Sussex, New Jersey. Now, we tried to stay at different campgrounds because we want new experiences. Of course, we wanna do videos and either tell you to go to a place or tell you not to go to a place. This happened to be one not to go to. We went here on Mother's Day. And we'll get, you can talk about what this place was like.
Now, people say, well, why didn't you read the review? We did read reviews, but there were some good ones, and it was close, and we had to stay close to home that weekend.
Owners.
Yeah, right. And again, we like a lot of Sussex County. We love Sussex County, so we figured we'd give it a shot. Most of these, yes, they had some bad reviews, but let's give it a shot. We're open to that. Guys, this was like, well, again, I feel bad saying this, but it was really gross.
It was terrible.
It was really gross. So we were 18 inches off to try to level. I still remember sliding down. Like, we got it to kind of as level as we could. It was so, there was no way you were gonna level the coach. There was just banged up, like, it looks like just abandoned RVs. There were, remember the radio? Like some random just radio on the site, like some broken radio.
This was a private campground, but it looked like a filthy trailer park. Like, that's what it looked like. It was old, beat up trailers. Yeah. The road going in was full of potholes. Remember that? Yeah. The lake, the swimming lake they had was green. It was swampy. Yeah. The place was disgusting. They didn't even have bathrooms. They had like a laundry at the main office, but their bathrooms were porta-johns, like dispersed throughout the campground. It was terrible, and it was pretty expensive.
I was just about to say, the cost was ridiculous. I think it was probably $70, $80 a night or something, which if you watched our top 5 favorite campgrounds, most of them weren't even that cost, and they were beautiful places. Now, the next one was called Jugtown Mountain campsites in Clinton, New Jersey. There's a lot of New Jersey here. There's a kind of like a, isn't that sad?
Nobody comes to visit New Jersey anyway. This is really people for New Jersey that are watching this, because nobody comes here to visit.
You're right. Well, it's just people. I mean, we have some other one. Anyway, I think this actually may have been grosser than the first one. But
the sites were level, at least.
Yeah, the sites were level, but you were surrounded by mud, sticks, and again, it was off season, we'll give them that, but still,
it was open.
If you have a campground that's functional and you have guests, you really need to keep it clean. They also sell like truck parts. Remember, they had a whole like truck yard, they were selling things and that kind of thing. So the most exciting thing that happened to you, actually both of us.
With the dog.
With the dog.
Well, before we get into the dog, they did have a couple positive things. Their bathroom was amazing.
Yes.
It was like a luxury bathroom. Yeah. Everything else in the campground was pretty terrible. And the other positive thing is that they're open all year. So that was
right. That's why we tried it too, yeah.
It seemed to be like there was a lot of permanent or long-term residents there. Yeah. Just like workers, just the way you can see how the RVs were set up. First of all, it was in February. There was a lot of large propane tanks. And it just looked like people were there for a long time. But one of the things that was an issue for us is there was no leash laws enforced, at least.
Not enforced. So we were out walking. We had Sierra at the time, too. We were walking Bowser and Sierra. It was this past February or March. And we were walking, and all of a sudden, this dog just comes charging at us. Full on posture, let's go. Now, Sierra, our baby passed away in June, but man, she would not. She squared off. She's like, let's go. Fight. Yeah. So we were able to get them into the RV, and this dog was just not having good intentions. And then you had another incident
with the same dog.
And
the owner just opened the door of their RV and just let the dog out.
Run.
Because they don't care about anybody.
Right,
and we've talked about this on other videos,
Yeah.
but this place, we will never be back to it.
No.
Even if we were like off season, we would stop at a truck stop or a Cracker Barrel. It just wasn't worth the money. We did a full video on that. We'll link it up above. The next one, like I said, we said in the video when we did the review, we'll link it up above. It had good bones.
Yeah.
And it had one of the nicest pools we've ever been to.
Oh,
the pool was amazing. It was like a lap pool.
Clean, like big.
But the management, the owner, the attitudes were, I mean, terrible. And the place was run down. It wasn't well kept. The place we're talking about is Indian Rock RV Park in Jackson, New Jersey. Now, the reason why we chose this place is because we were trying to be somewhere close to the shore.
Right. My Aunt Rose and Cousin Kathy, those of you that watch us, they were staying down for a month. They had a house, so we wanted to go visit them for a weekend.
And there is not much in the area.
No. And a lot of places down there have breed restrictions and this and that. So they were open. Well, man, did I get a side of attitude with, well, a main dish of attitude with a side of more attitude. I walked in. If you watch that video, you know what I'm talking about. The look this woman gave me, like, I just killed her dog. Like, who are you? And it just went on from there. But the video will link up above. You can watch the whole incident. It was just unbelievable. And it was just, like you said, it was dirty. And it was crazy is that it was a Saturday in the summer. And it was empty.
We had the whole pool to ourselves.
The whole pool to ourselves. I mean, you can kind of see why. Also, like you mentioned in the last one, this seemed to be a place where a lot of workers, there were a lot of out-of-state license plates, but it definitely was not like a summer resort that you want to stay in near the Jersey Shore.
And like we talked about it, if it was $40 a night, it wasn't. It was upwards of, I believe,
95. It was $95. I'm pretty sure.
I was going to say 80, $95 a night.
No, I'm pretty sure it was 95. It was close to that.
We definitely won't be back there, and we highly recommend you read the reviews of that park.
Now, this next one, we're going to hop over to the state of New York, which is pretty much just New Jersey on steroids. So we went to this place called Never Sink River Resort.
Never again.
And never again go there. Cudbackville, New York.
It started from when we drove in, getting to our site. It started.
Every one of these campgrounds had different things, right? One was the owners were nasty. The other, the campground was right. This one was the campers were the most, what's the word I'm looking for?
Loud, just rude.
Right, inconsiderate,
selfish.
inconsiderate. Yeah. We pulled in and we had to sit, guys, for what? 20 minutes. They were having problems finding where they were supposed to go or getting into their spot. So literally just stopped and blocked up the entire main thoroughfare there
to a point that the workers of the campground, which were actually nice, because the traffic was leading up to the entrance, they had to come and like get these people to where they were. But it just went on from there. The facilities were run down. The basketball court was terrible. You remember the ball had like tumors coming out of it?
Yes.
The lake, the river that they had?
Yeah.
It was like a wild zoo. This screaming, people jumping off bridges. It was insane.
It's crazy.
It was like Animal House. It was crazy.
It was. But the biggest thing, so it just continued. Talk about inconsiderate. And we showed this in the video. And we just showed this in a recent video that we did talking about campground behavior and stuff. The garbage that these people left in the bathroom. The bathroom was the most disgusting thing we've ever seen. And on their site, there was one site, there were just a ton of people all staying together. It looked like they were making a bonfire of garbage. It was a pile of garbage that they just left. And the poor campground worker in the morning, on a Sunday morning, was there cleaning that crap up for these people. So disgusting and rude. I couldn't believe it.
You might be saying, well, maybe they had nowhere to put the garbage. Oh, no, they did. No. The dumpster was 100 yards from where their campsite was, but they were too good for that. They piled the garbage for the peasants to pick up. In addition,
as peasants, we put our own garbage away.
In addition, the beautiful pool they had was taken over by a family of DJs, I guess, that they had their boom box, and you could hear it throughout the campground. It was the only music you were going to hear. Needless to say, we will never. It was almost like going, I don't even want to say it. It was going to like a filthy city, but with like trees. It was terrible.
If we were paid to go there, we wouldn't
would not go there. The last one we haven't been to in probably 7 or 8 years, so it might have changed because it was bought by Sun Resorts, and they usually do improve places. But when we went, it wasn't Sun Resorts.
We had our trailer.
Correct.
Right.
That's before we even had a channel. So it's going to be Pleasant Acres RV Campground in Sussex, New Jersey. I don't even know what to say. It was not a great place.
So this was right when we first started RVing. We didn't know much of what to look for, but yes, now it's a Sun Resorts. I think they've kind of cleaned it up. It was one of those places where you go, and I'm not bashing this. It's just what people like to do. It was those sites that just had like every inch covered with like stuff, hashtag stuff.
A lot of seasonal
stuff. Yes, it was just really like cluttered and dirty looking and
expensive.
Again, very expensive for what you got. I don't remember the pool there because again, it was quite a while ago.
The landscaping was off, so when we were coming out, there was a low-hanging tree, and it took part of like our gutter and roof off, and we just won't be back there. Now, again, it may have improved now. It's been a while. I'm sure some resort, they're good for cleaning stuff up. It's probably a lot more expensive now, but that's one that we won't be back to. So we want your feedback, guys, because as we begin to travel more outside of the East Coast, we want to be warned. Should we go to these places? Should we not? We asked in the last video, tell us the places that you would recommend. We want this video, tell us places you would tell us to stay away from, not only for us, also for our viewers.
Well, we saw one coming here. We're in Indiana right now. We saw a place that looked worse than all of those 5 put together.
From the street. I don't know, it looked pretty scary just looking in. If you like videos like this, guys, to the left of us, we'll put our RV Campground Reviews playlist. We'll put our RV Travel Vlogs playlist. And for myself and MJ, it's a journey of a lifetime. And we'll see you on the road.